What's up everybody, SoloRenektonOnly here, back with another Overwatch video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be going over a news posting. So Jeff Kaplan, who is the Blizzard game director for Overwatch, basically just had a big post come out on Blizzard's website, their official forum site, about an hour ago, where he talks about the direction that they're going to take Blizzard, they're going to take Overwatch rather, and different changes that he expects, and basically like outlines a general timeline. So it's a very long post, so if you want to read it, I'll give you the link in the description. Otherwise, I'm just going to basically run through the quick points that he touches on and give you guys the TLDR. So the first point that he brings up is that the main focus right now is on competitive, and he says that they've gotten great feedback from the beta. They've been doing a lot of in-house testing, but he also said that they might release it for the public test realm before it goes live for everybody. And Jeff also says that he expects there to be a couple seasons worth of changes and fixes as Blizzard tries to adjust competitive with the feedback from the masses when it goes live. Jeff then goes on to talk a little bit about new heroes and basically tells us that there's a bunch of new heroes, but they're all on different stages of the prototype phase, and he doesn't really give us an outline for the scheduling, and basically doesn't want to make any promises that he can't keep. So it doesn't give us a scheduling for new heroes, but says there are a bunch coming out, different stages of prototype phase. Then Jeff goes on to talk a little bit about new maps. He actually says that, again, they're on different types of prototype phase, but he says that there is actually one map that they've finished doing game testing for, and they've actually approved it in all the game testing aspects, and they've sent it over to the artist side to finish up and make it look all pretty for the actual game itself. Jeff goes on to talk a little bit more about another feature that they want to implement. This one is Spectator / Observer mode. This is mainly for like tournaments, but also is going to help with play of the games and highlight improvements that they want to do as well. So he basically says this is not heavily being worked on right now, and it's in more of a design and planning mode, so that there's no actual immediate timeline, but it is something that they're working on. Further down, Jeff talks a little bit more about some custom games and brawls. Basically he says that brawls have been awesome, and they're going to be using a lot more of the community's amazing ideas, and they have a lot more interesting brawl types that they're going to do for the future, which, I mean, obviously is to be expected. He also talks a little bit about custom games and how they want to make improvements to that. He talks about how they're looking at implementing a browser type feature, which obviously would allow you to like search for different game types, different types of custom games, and not have to like always invite everybody to your game each time. But he says that this is not immediately on the horizon. So this is not something that they're actually working on right now. Then he goes on to talk a little bit about the progression system and other like random options, like having a random pose option. So at the end of a game, your victory pose is different, so you can use you don't have to select an individual pose every game. So that would be a nice little thing. He doesn't actually give us a timeline when to expect that though. A little bit further down, Jeff just basically states that they have a ton of different social features that they want to implement. Doesn't really go into detail on too many of them, but basically says that, you know, expect a slow and steady flood of new and cool social features and improvements. And then in the second to last paragraph, Jeff talks a little bit about bugs and hacking. Jeff basically says that they know there's some major bugs that they need to fix, and they are actively working on fixing them. The two major bugs right now he outlined were Xbox bugs. One of them being that you can't actually leave a group you can't actually leave a game as a group, which is absolutely absurd, and they said it's a top priority for them to fix. And in the last paragraph, Jeff basically just talks about how some of this stuff might not happen and gives a couple of reasons why developers typically don't give insight into the future of their game. So he just wants to stress again that some of this stuff might not happen, or the timelines might be pushed back farther than you might expect. But all this stuff should be coming out, and I'm excited. I am having a blast playing Overwatch. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to tune in next time. Peace!